Yes. Just so I know, because I thought about this failure to appear. Yeah. That you sent to the wrong address? Yes. Did Mike get that? Uh-huh. As Camp Kingsway, 1023 Kitchen Dick Road. And did he laugh his ass off that I got arrested? And who is Officer 638 of the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department? Because they didn't question me. Yes. They didn't. Huh. They did complaint under oath of certification. Brett Roberts. Yes. The deputy prosecuting attorney for Jefferson County that did or did not change the court date without giving notice to my public defender. Yes. That court date would work for me. Pooch. Now, did the prosecuting attorney's office violate the conditions of personal recognizance? Because as I read it, yes. To be able to stay out of jail, yes. I cannot contact the petitioner even though she didn't sign the protection order. Yes. As I said, this is a variation, right? No contact whatsoever. Witness or witnesses listed below. Heidi Lee Budnick. Was it Heidi Lee Budnick on June 16th of 2017 that said I was in Brennan, Washington when I had emailed the Port Angeles Police Department the actual videos that I had made that morning in front of the Mason Temple? As I said, I could get the actual logbook from the senior center. Yes. Do you have the IP addresses of where I was house sitting at when I sent you all those emails for a whole year? Oh. Have I used any IP address? Now let me think about the wording of this. Other than a house sitting location? Yes. The senior center? The library? Quite possibly. Yes. And then various local cafes, the hospital. Have I sent anything to any person outside of Clallam County? Yes. Over the last 2.5 years. And then, except for the library in Jefferson County, pooch, I'm thinking that I haven't actually left the county. Now, I would think that police and sheriff's departments have the availability of identifying the location or where emails are sent. Yes. So, why is it that I agreed and promised to appear before the court or any place as this court may order upon notice delivered to me? Now, at my address, when it says homeless, exactly how do I get any of these notices when it says homeless? Yes. Failure to appear when required result in the defendant's arrest. Yes. Um, Do you know where I'm at, Sheriff? I'm in the Port Angeles Public Library in the study room. Could you serve me if you needed to, considering my routine? Yes. Somewhat of a creature of habit. Ooch. Pretty much do the same thing every day, day after day after day after day. Have you ever seen me while driving by in front of the Mason Temple until about 10 a.m.? Yes. Difficult to get me any sort of notice? No. Now, stated below, or notice to my attorney, or upon notice to my attorney, just so that I know, Jack, because I'm not going to call you. Yes. Did Brett take it upon himself? Well, then he violated the conditions of what is known as the personal recognizance. Yes. Say the state of Washington. Is that who he's employed for? Because he keeps saying that he represents the state. Now, I have not missed a court hearing. Yes. I have not missed a mental health evaluation. Right. I've done everything the court has said, and you haven't done anything that I've said. Coach, is there some fucking reason why you refuse to admit the evidence that I wasn't in Brennan, Washington? Now, I don't like being threatened with being jailed on Wednesday for a failure to appear on Tuesday. When I told you that I got the notice to appear when I was in court the last time, and my public defender never called me in the last month. So, what fucking asshole needs to go to prison for violating state and federal laws? Oh. Now, you have my phone number. Quite possibly you tapped my phone number without. hmm Order establishing COR revised. This is somewhat new. Yes, 2015. Coach. I think they put the no contact order in with the actual conditions. Yes, they did. Now, just so we get back to the domestic violence bench book for those that are judges. Did you download a copy of it and did you look at the protection order? I spent much of the weekend actually reading it. Is a signature required, Jack? Because you told Phyllis it wasn't. It's kind of like requesting somebody appears in court instead of requiring them. Yes. Giving somebody a chance to sign a court order when they should have appeared in court. Yes. Is it a requirement as a petitioner that you have to appear in court when you are scheduled on the docket for that day and time to appear in court? I don't think there's any requesting for individuals that petition courts. They actually do have to appear. Now, I'm just wanting you to remove this so that I can have my sons. Ooch. Now, here's that disillusion of marriage again. Oh, Judge Rohrer. Oh. Findings and fact and conclusions. There's some reason why you didn't remove your decree of dissolution? Yes. These declarations of mailing where there was no proof that I had actually received them? Yes. Having a motion hearing with Brent Bajan on October 5th of 2012 when I didn't get any actual mailing or any documentation? Well, you had a notice of hearing, yes, for 10/5 of 2012. You had a settlement conference setting action, yeah, for December 31st of 2012. There, in fact, I downloaded. I haven't read the court rules yet. The court rules that they keep quoting in the domestic violence manual. But I did go to the Washington State Court website and probably had a look at them tonight. If you don't, well, how many of the state's court rules have you violated, Judge? Roar. Now, this dissolution of marriage. Um, does this actually do anything within the court rules? Because the first thing I was thinking of was that 12 days in Spokane and the 12 days in Snohomish County. And maybe in just the next few minutes when I look at it, because it's here on my cell phone. Yes. Um, did you ever read those? Because I'm thinking that they must. I actually downloaded two different variations. One's a limited jurisdiction. Does any individual in the judicial system understand limited jurisdiction? Yes. Court Rules of Washington, then the GR rules. Oh, oh yeah, the GR rules. Now, well, I was never given notice. I wasn't given the minimum number of days to respond, and there was no reply that I had been given notice. Now, these five sons that you think that you don't know, what access to family law court records, definition, practice of law, citation, unpublished opinion, destruction, sealing of court documents, court of performance audits, electronic classification system for court rules, GRCJC, RPC, JISCR. Now, the general rules is kind of what I'm thinking that most of the judges work through. Yeah, filings and hearings, time extended. Service and filing by an inmate confined in an institution. Yeah. Sessions of court, Supreme Court accordance. Now, let me just look here. Maybe I got the wrong one. I'm probably going to read these tonight. Oh, and I'd like to speak to my sons in Maryland. And I'd like those in law enforcement that know I haven't committed any crimes, yes, to admit what they have the knowledge of. Could you do that? Could you just admit that I wasn't in Swim, Washington, and I wasn't in Brennan, Washington? It would make my life a lot easier. And as much as you dislike the thought of easing this comfort of those that are citizens, you're going to arrest me on Wednesday. I'm going to a mental institution without any notice being given to my attorney, or my attorney did get notice and did not contact me. Ouch, that would be a big bad one, wouldn't it? Oh. Code of Judicial Conduct. Yes. The scope of the rules. These rules shall govern the procedure of civil, criminal, and infraction cases in all courts of limited jurisdiction inferior to the Superior Court. They shall be construed to secure the just, speedy, and inexpensive determination of every action. Now, this expense of having me go back and forth to Jefferson County for a year when you did receive an email on June 16th of 2017 hasn't been very just, hasn't been very speedy, considering I've been spending over a year going back and forth, back and forth. Don't you think, as a police officer, fraud and waste, that not securing failure set forth herein provision, common law or statutes not inconsistent with these rules shall not be construed implied repeal thereof. Yeah. Now, a court means any court inferior to the Superior Court. That would be Judge Lannis's court as a district court. Yes. Judge Porter's court is a district court. Yes. Oaths include affirmations. Prosecuting attorneys. Yes. Offenses against the state shall, wherever appropriate, include offenses against a county or a city by virtue of violation of an ordinance or resolution. Yes. Now, I'm sure that you can actually be held liable for violating any of these court rules. Are you absolutely sure, Sheriff, that you should make a phone call right now?